Well, hi, and welcome to Journalism 601. This is the online section, and I'm Dr. Adam Cuban. But for future reference, in your correspondence and communication with me, first name basis is perfectly acceptable. So just Adam, that'll work. But in case you were curious, yep, I do have the PhD in communication from the University of Utah, and I finished that up in December 2012. And I have been at Ball State University actually even before I completely finished that PhD in 2012. I started here in August of 2011, and I'm still going strong. So happy to be with you in this online course. I actually let's see, I have taught this class since fall of 2012. So there's been a couple iterations where I've been instructor of record, and I can tell you this will be for some of you this will be very challenging, but this class will get you ready for your graduate program of study, and I'm happy to be a part of that experience. A little bit about me. That's the purpose of this webcam recording, is to give you some background information about me. I went to Iowa State before I went to the University of Utah in Salt Lake City. I have my bachelor's degree in journalism, but also in meteorology. And for a while, I worked at a broadcast news station. I split my time between the broadcast newsroom and then also in the weather center doing forecasts. We worked in a satellite, well, worked in a satellite. Bad place to stop that sentence. We worked at a production company that still produced prepackaged content for other news outlets and then transmitted them via satellite. There's that reference. This was before the advent of YouTube. So I actually did weather forecasts for 5 stations in Montana: Missoula, Kalispell, Great Falls, Butte, and Bozeman. I also did, let's see, some forecasts for Little Rock, Arkansas, Panama City, Florida. I did some, well, obviously, our local station in Davenport, Iowa. I did local forecasting for them too. And then I also did broadcast reporting. So 3 days of the week, I was a broadcast news reporter, and 3 days of the week, I was a weather forecaster. So that's part of my production background. I also, while in Salt Lake City, I was editor and publication manager of an e-magazine that focused on education called Lessons. And I I try to throw my hat in the ring when I have a chance. It's not often because I do teach quite a great deal at Ball State each semester. I'm on a 3-3 load, which basically means that I have 9 credits worth of undergraduate and graduate instruction each semester. So sometimes that's just a matter of 3 courses. Other times, if you have some 1 and 2 credit courses involved, then obviously there's more classes and more students involved in that case. So let's see, that's my professional background. Academically, as a master's student still at Iowa State, I combined my journalism and my meteorology degrees into science communication, and my master's thesis actually examined broadcast media portrayal of climate change. What I did was I did a content analysis of ABC World News Tonight, NBC Nightly News, and the CBS Evening News, all 3 of those national primetime newscasts from January of 2000 through December of 2004. So that actually is 5 complete years. I looked at the transcripts from all 3 of those primetime newscasts looking for climate change, specifically the source types consulted about that topic. I was very curious to see if the broadcast networks tended to refer to the scientific community more often, the political realm, combination. I was looking to see if there was a majority or plurality of sources cited. And so that was my master's thesis. And then when I decided to go after the PhD at the University of Utah, um, well, a PhD is basically 4 mini majors. So all of my colleagues and I had a theoretical premise, a methodological premise, and then you pursue two other areas of emphasis based on your interest. So for me, media effects theory, those theories are very much my theoretical framework, and that's why I teach this class, as a matter of fact. And that's what we will study in this class, are media effects theories in that realm. But there are a lot of communication theories out there, so this course will barely skim the surface. And even then, we really won't dig too deeply into any one particular theory. This is meant to be a survey, a smorgasbord of theories that I can introduce you to over the course of 4 months. My methodological preference is qualitative research, specifically case studies. Very interested in those very specific anecdotal situations, studying them, analyzing them, and such. And then I have areas of emphasis in literature, scholarship, and research on journalism pedagogy with a focus on curriculum development and also project-based learning. And then my other area, my fourth area, is education psychology. I'm very interested in how people learn. And so I've taken a couple classes in education psychology and cognitive psychology to that end. So those are my areas of interest, and I happen to think they dovetail quite well together. But that's what gives me the rank of assistant professor at Ball State University. And I look forward to working with you this semester. So, to that end, I would encourage you to make sure that you look at all content videos that I have posted in Blackboard throughout the course of the semester. In particular, I have one that gives an overview of this course in the week 1 module, and that'll talk a little bit more in detail about what you can expect, what we hope to accomplish, and what magnitude of commitment this might require from you. It also then will go and show you where my contact information would be located, so that if we should want to have a conversation through Skype or through other means, we can facilitate that. So welcome to the course. It's a pleasure meeting you, and I look forward to working with you this semester.